Good morning, children. Today I'm here with you with your chapter number 7, Lifelines of Indian Economy. Till now, we have studied uh, land transport, that is roadways, and its economy is beneficial, how roadways are beneficial for the economy. And today we are going to discuss about your chapter, same chapter, that is railways and pipelines. As we know that railway occupies very important place in our economy, and it is as a mode of transport. It is the appropriate mode of transport to go far off places. Even nights can be spent in railways. And the railways are the principal mode of transportation, goods and services and passengers. It can carry bulky of the goods, weight for long distances, and it takes mm, a lot of benefit to the economy. Like Indian Railway have a network of 7,137 stations spread over the length of 66,687 square kilometer. And for the administrative convenience, Indian Railways have been divided into 16 zones. As I have highlighted with black, it has been divided into 16 zones. 16 zones like north, south, east, west, north, south, northwest. In this way, that according to the cardinal directions, it has 16 zones, and there are three types of the gauge based upon the breadth of the railway line. Three types: narrow, broad gauge, meter gauge, and narrow gauge. That table has been given in your book. Please go through that. Although I have told you, but once again you have to, for theory part, you have to see the book also. So Indian Railways, I told you, occupies very important, and the distribution and pattern of the rail network in country is influenced by the physical division of India, physical division of roads, that terrain, physiography, right? Such type of things also. Like I can tell you that northern plains are northern plains are very much familiar with this because railway lines are spread over there very smoothly. Stations can be constructed, railway bridge or moreover can be constructed over there. And there are some challenges for Indian Railway. There are some challenges for Indian Railway, that are railway lines in the plains of the western India, hilly mountains and region, and peninsula India and Himalayas. It requires construction of bridge over rivers in northeastern India. There are problems of sinking of railway tracks and landslides blocking the tracks. This thing happened in Konkan Railway also. There rail construction was made, but after some year it was that railway line got sank and many problems were there, and now it is not there. So that we have to take care the terrain, the physiography, very important to lay the railway lines, because laying of the railway lines costs very high. Initial cost of the railway tracks is very high, even maintenance. And railway cannot be spread over the rivers also, because on the rivers there is a lot of expenditure regarding their bridges, dams. Such type of problems are also there. And beyond that, there are some problems that railway network they are in the problem created by us only. Many passengers travel without tickets, theft and robberies. They are damaging to the railway property yet not stopped completely. People are not aware that it is their own property, why they are destroying it. The initial costs of the laying tracks is too high, and that is also sometimes shaken by the people. People stop train by pulling the chain unnecessarily. That causes heavy damage to the railway. It is merely wastage of time and money. In this way, this is all about railway. I told you the challenges of railways, how railway line can be constructed, what is the present situation in India for railways, and what challenges railway has to face. And only by being ourselves aware we can railway can be a successful. Yes, our next topic is pipelines. As we know that pipeline is also another mode of transport, land transport, and these pipelines network in India used for transporting crude oil, petroleum products, natural gas, oil, natural fields to refineries, fertilizers, factories, and big thermal power plants. You know that this is taken there in the form of slurry form. There are three important network of pipeline transport in the country, and that these three pipeline transport network I'll try to show you through the maps. Right, first one pipeline network in India is used for this purpose, and three are there. First one is from the oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur. First one is Upper Assam to Kanpur, that I tried to show in this map. From Kanpur to Assam, I encircled the places with the yellow. uh, Uttar Pradesh via Guwahati, Baruni and Allahabad. बारूनी एंड इलाहाबाद, एंड फ्रॉम देयर इट इज़ बे ऑफ बंगाल की तरफ इसकी कुछ और भी ब्रांचेस जाती हैं. इट इज़ द फर्स्ट पाइपलाइन ऑफ इंडिया that is from Assam to Kanpur. I have encircled the places with the yellow color. Kanpur, that is in UP, and Assam in बिल्कुल easternmost part of Assam, and in between Guwahati, Baruni, and Allahabad. And the second pipeline is also there, that is from Salaya in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab via Vigram, Mathura, Delhi, and Sonipat. I have highlighted the points with the yellow pen here also. From Punjab, Jalandhar to it is to the easternmost part, and in between there are Vigram, Mathura, Delhi, and Sonipat. That is are the places. And now next one is third one is gas pipeline. Simultaneously on the same map I have tried to show you. I have highlighted the major stations of that pipeline. Gas pipeline from Hazaria to in Gujarat to Jagdishpur via Vizapur MP, UP से MP तक, right? From MP I have Vijaypur marked with yellow, and till that UP Jagdishpur, where this green type color gets, and there this is the line. And in this way these are the three major important pipelines of the India. Pipelines are very useful because it helpful for the inland location of the refineries like Baruni, Mathura, Panipat, viable because of the pipelines. Otherwise, whatsoever crude oil is found over there, that cannot be fully utilized. Optimum utilization is not possible over there. Pipelines are used for, I know that when they are converted into slurry form. Slurry mean to say not totally diluted, some but thick diluted minerals, coal, iron, whatsoever needed according to the. And in initial cost of laying pipelines is very high, especially for underground pipelines, but subsequent running costs are very minimal. No repairing cost, nothing. And after all many years, if it occurs, can be there can be transshipment losses or delays through the pipeline. That is one risky point, but it is also not very frequent. It's not very frequent, and no need for worries about that. In this way we have studied about this. And next I would like to tell you about waterways.